Good morning, folks. How y'all doing? Looks like we're good to go. Good afternoon, Dave. Afternoon credits. Morning, Pac-Man. Hey, Slash Guns. All right, so today, guys, as you probably already know, we're going to be working on one of the last few items from the poll, which is different themes per platform in Big Box. So that's what we're going to be tackling. Hey, Scott, Vermont, Vissy, Nicholas, Jarko, what's up, guys? The PDF viewer was on the poll, and it was. I do understand it still needs to be done. It's a major undertaking, as you guys know. So I'm kind of still torn on whether to do it before we do the next poll or not, because it's one of those items that is really annoying to do and was not very highly voted on the poll. So that surprised me a little bit. So if we don't do it this time around, we'll put it on the next poll to see if it gets voted next time around. You found a mouse in your house? How do you get rid of it? Oh man, I don't know. You got me. They're not, mice are annoying, I know that. Honestly, I have never had a mouse in my house that I've had to find and get rid of, hunt down. It's not easy. Hey, Neo. Good to hear, Mario. The Retro Achievements integration is still being developed. He actually took a couple days off from his real job. He was getting frustrated because his real job has been working him to the bone. He's been doing a lot of overtime. So, but he actually took, I think he said today and tomorrow off, and then the weekend. So hopefully he'll come out in the next 4 days with something to show there. He's been, which is why we want to hire him full time, as you guys know, so that he doesn't have to compete with his his full time job. But we got to wait to see how Music Box does after we put out the big announcement. We haven't really put out the big announcement yet because I wanted to finish a few things up first. Never left since Tuesday. That's funny, Jade. And you're awake. Oh yeah, Mousetrap, of course. Duh. Put the mouse back in the house. Oh, RetroArch improved how achievements are displayed. Ah, really? Okay. Good to know. Well, that's cool. So anyways, our plan for retro achievements are basically to just in Launchbox be able to pull up for any particular game, pull up the list of achievements, and then pull up what you've accomplished, to sign into your retro achievements account or whatever in Launchbox so that we can use their API to pull that information. So it should be pretty simple, but it should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that just because it provides another level of fun, you know what I mean? Coal pipes, nope. I haven't, Nicholas. Did we talk about that in the previous stream? I seem to remember something like that. My memory is not very good, though. I'm remembering that now, though. I think, anyways. Goodness. Anyways, Will the API show a little icon for each achievement? I don't know, Charco. We'll see. We'll have to get there and see what's possible via their API. I assume so. Hey, Riffman. So, anyways, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Had a rough night. I went to sleep at a decent time, but man, for some reason, I just couldn't sleep that well last night, which is pretty rare for me. It's kind of weird, but I'm doing okay. Oh, he makes tutorials. Today's video he did was on an application that updates RetroArch and all the cores. Oh, nice. Cool. So anyways, let's say a quick prayer and then we'll get into developing this stuff. So, let's pray. Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for the success we've had developing the startup video overhaul stuff, and pray that you would help me have the same success here going forward with this new feature for different themes per platform. Be with us today. Help us to build each other up. Help us to focus on you. Help us to stay peaceful, and help the stream to go well, and keep me motivated and focused here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Ali. Cool, man. Fix the platform edit window. It doesn't support drag and drop. What do you need drag and drop for on the platform edit window? For the images? No, we're going to be working on, not today anyways, we're going to be working on the, you know, what I just mentioned. Thoughts on the death of the 3.5 jack on phones? You know, I'm not an Apple guy, so when that happened on iPhone, I just didn't care, because I mean, I've been an Apple guy in the past. I've had lots of Apple products, and I used to. I honestly, right now, I believe that Apple's day has passed. I think they're no longer the best choice on most with most products. But anyways, I don't even know what particular phones other than the iPhone don't have the 3.5 jack anymore. Hey, Coptane. Yep, I'm good. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. All right, Retron57, I'm gonna have to kick you, man. I'm not gonna deal with that kind of crap. Thank you, Lord, for killing babies. I don't know what you're referring to, but I don't support abortion or killing babies in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, that's just so grotesque. I don't even want you on the stream. So, goodbye, sir. Block. Message deleted. Oh no. Yeah, that guy's gone. What the heck did that even mean? That's just trash. Hey, Alfredo. Oh, Google Pixel dropped it. Gotcha, Nicholas. Apple is bad and dumb to smoke. Yeah, we've been troll free for a few streams now, or probably like more like 5 or 6 streams, but One guy's back. Thank you, Sammy. Anyways. It was an odd thing to say to me because, you know, usually Christians are very, very adamant about being against abortion. So I don't know what he was trying to say. It just doesn't make any sense. You'll call Frank. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla obviously is making huge strides these days. And I have to say, if I didn't have a family to lug around and was rich, I think I would probably choose to get a Tesla vehicle. No, they finally put that video out, huh? No, I didn't. Wow, that was... Oh my goodness. Holy crap. That was a long time ago. Now I'm really curious, though. I gotta go check that out. That's funny. Uh-oh. I probably came off like an idiot, you know. We'll see. Game Chasers... You guys know I watch the Game Chasers, but I'm kind of behind at this point. Which one is it? The mini chode completion? No, that was 5 months ago. This is not the latest stuff. Hold on. No shame, no game. I'm muted here.
Damn, this game blows balls.
All right, so yeah, this is vulgar, so forgive me. I want to make sure the sound is coming through here. It's not. So give me a second. I gotta switch this up. To my Focusrite. There it is. So, I almost don't want to do this, but I really got to see it because, I mean, I've been waiting for like a year for this to come out. Oh, here we go. Oh, man.
I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I want it. What's the catch? So apparently this cabinet is not what they actually sell. This is just a way for them to demo their software.
I like how it's divided up into systems and you can just scroll along.
Looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And it works pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm impressed.
They're making a lot of these retro games more accessible to people.
So Launchbox is an app that we built that makes it really, really easy to play all the games on your computer. Steam games and regular PC games, old emulated games, so all your old favorite Nintendo games, Sega games, and all that stuff. And the best part about it is that it's free. Launchbox is free, right? And you pay $20 for this big box premium thing. And that is what's paying our bills right now.
I've wanted one of these, man. I don't have the room to, I'm not arcade impossible where I have like this giant basement the size of a small school where I could put any arcade that I want. These guys are awesome. These guys are living the dream. They're chasing their dream. They've made a living out of doing something involving retro games.
I definitely would like a main machine, a little cabinet like this, but I'll get my...
All right, well, I'll watch the rest. Oh my goodness, I'll watch the rest later. But that's pretty cool. That came out better than I expected, even though I still look like a fool. But, you know, what else is new? I am a fool, so there you go. It's funny. Yeah, it was like a year ago. It's fun. The Game Chasers videos are always way delayed. Do a reaction video. Yeah, agreed, guys, about the trolls. Come a long way indeed. Majestic presence. Come on, Baker. Yeah, right. I'm going bald. I look like the biggest nerd on earth. Naked the whole time, yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, good advertisement anyway. Absolutely. So that's a win. I'm glad it's out. I need to go. I'll go watch the whole video probably later tonight. But anyways, we'll move on to get into some actual development here. So ultimately, we want to build. So this is something I wanted to talk about a little bit here. The biggest issue, as far as implementing. So what we want to implement, it's a little bit hard to explain, but different themes per platform in Big Box. All right, so you guys know we have different themes. The only issue is developing is the GUI of it, right? So right now for switching views, we just have a hotkey that will switch between the available views. We could do the same for themes with a hotkey that just switches between all the views. I mean, all the themes. But then you're gonna have you're gonna be hitting that button a lot. So I'm thinking maybe we need to come up with some sort of a pop-up window or something of that nature, so you can select the theme for that platform once you press a particular key. That's all I can figure. So what do you guys think? As far as the interface to do this, what is going to be the best option there? Yeah, I mean, that's the gist. The simplest thing would just be to create a hotkey that swaps between themes, but of course that's going to be annoying to use if you have 20 themes like what I have. But the first thing we're going to need to do is add a setting that will let you specify a particular theme for a particular platform. Yeah, pop-up window, sure. But so let's get started development-wise here. We're going to the data. So on a platform, we're going to need a new setting for theme. If I can get to my properties, there we go. Big box view and big box theme we should add. Oh boy, here we go. Displaying a pop-up to show the themes would make possible navigating back, which we don't have right now. That'd be great. I don't follow, Pac-Man. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Sure, that makes sense, Charco. Nope, I haven't looked into that yet, Nicholas. It'll be a while before we get there, unfortunately. Guest star appearance, yep. Makes sense. I think you'd be surprised. Switching between themes doesn't really isn't any more doesn't take any more performance than switching between views. Believe it or not, it's not a major thing. So, anyways. But yeah, I think we're going to do a pop-up list is what we'll probably do. Why are these virtual? That's interesting. Oh, because of platform categories. Public virtual string, big box theme. That's not what I want to do. All right, so we have our new setting on platform. Now, platform category inherits from platform. And we have some overrides on so platform category going to have a big box theme, or I don't think so. So basically that just gets thrown away, which is what we want. What about big box view? I'm surprised. Oh yeah, it is thrown away. It's right there. Okay. So yeah. So I think we're good there. So basically we've added our theme to the platform settings. The next thing we need to do, well, I mean, we could come up with the interface next, or we could make it functional. It's going to be easiest to come up with the interface first, I think, because that way, well, the first thing we're going to need is the hotkey for it, with the setting and then the interface and all that stuff for the hotkey. So let's get that done. Ah, Simply Austin. Nice. He came out with something new, huh? Can he use more memory? Probably not. Not really. Sure, Alfredo. Hey, Phobos. All right. So the next thing we need to do is actually we need to go back into data. We need to go to big box settings, and we have to add a setting for well, if we take a look at what these are all called, keyboard and controller switch theme, I guess. Excuse me. You know what? This is going to need to support playlists as well, because a playlist should have the option to have a specific theme as well. And we have right now switch view. Yeah, keyboard switch view. So I'm going to add a couple new properties. Now, what type are they? I think they're ints. Yeah. So public int. Okay, so we have keyboards and controllers. Keyboard is an int. Controller is an int too. Sure, that makes sense. So keyboard switch theme. Controller switch theme. Okay. So now we have settings for our controller button and our keyboard key. Now we just need to make them actually settable. And we do that under Big Box Project under Data Options Pages. And so we go into Keyboard Mappings. And wherever we have Switch View, options pages keyboard mappings menu items add new options keyboard mapping item strings label switch theme, which we'll have to add item s.keyboard switch theme equals item.value equals s.keyboard switch theme. Okay, and let's go ahead and add that string. Okay, and then we need to add the controller one as well. This is under switch view. Oh, come on. Switch theme. S.controller switch theme equals item.value. There we have it. So now we have the setting for the controller button. And it's settable and stuff. The next thing is going to be actually detecting the key press and doing something about it. So we'll do that. Let me catch up on comments here, though. Can you change views and themes while Big Box is locked? No. At least you shouldn't be able to. I don't think you can. I hope not. Yeah, that is exactly what we're working on, Easy Cheese. Mike, is there going to be a poll for us to vote on the upcoming possible features? Always love these polls since they pretty much represent the most wanted features. Yeah, definitely. There will be. We are still, the reason why we haven't done a new poll yet is because we're still working on wrapping up some of the last items from the poll, from the previous poll. So yes, we are going to definitely be doing another poll actually relatively soon, because there's only a few items left on the poll to tackle. Let's break some stuff. All right. So next, in my main view model, where we process all our input, we're looking at, it's either handle or process. Yeah, handle joystick button held, handle joystick button up. So I think the only one we got to worry about is handle joystick button. We don't need that. We don't care about held or up. So we just need an else if button equals root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.controller switch theme. Then we do something new. And I'm going to add a method a method for that. Let's go ahead and just add that right here. Private void switch theme. It's good enough for now. This dot switch theme. Yeah, that's fine. And then we need to do the same thing for the keyboard. Handle is key down and key up. Most stuff is going to key down, which makes sense. So else if key value equals root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.keyboard switch theme, and not e.is repeat. We don't want it to happen if it's a repeat. Then we're going to say this dot switch theme. Whoops. Oh man, I'm missing my shortcuts. There we go. Okay. Yeah, retro achievements are in progress. Easy cheese. Good MAME list update. Yeah, that's on the list. All right, so now we just need to implement actually switching the theme, right? So I guess let's get the interface built here first. Gonna need a new view and view model for displaying the list of themes, and then we'll just show that, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna need a switch theme view model, and it's gonna be almost identical to the select playlist view model. It's gonna be the same kind of thing, graphically it's gonna be the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that guy, and we'll call this select theme view model, and then rename stuff. Okay, but a lot of this code is going to need changed. So, we don't need to feed it a game. I'm not sure what we're going to feed it yet, whether it's a platform or a playlist, or if we need to feed it anything. I don't think we need to feed it anything, honestly. We'll see. This should be fine. That's all fine. That's fine. We don't need to add a new playlist item or a new theme or anything like that. This is where we populate the themes. Now, populating the themes is basically just we already have something for that though under options pages. If I can find it, here we are. I got rid of this. We don't need this any longer. Is there a themes? There it is. So options pages.themes, and I can make this public, and then we don't have, and we can just refer to it right from here. So I'm going to say for each var or string theme in options pages dot fine dot themes, if I could type, dot keys, and this dot items dot add new menu item view model theme. And then the menu action, what happens when selected, this dot select theme, and the name of the theme, which is theme. Okay. And we have our items, we have our selected item. This is all fine. The item's visible is fine. Go ahead and fix this. This is also fine. On up, none of this changes. Same thing with on down. Yeah, none of that's used. Attach view, same diff. Prompt new playlist is no longer a thing. Make new playlist is no longer a thing. Select playlist becomes select theme. String theme. All right. So that's not a thing. This probably needs completely re-implemented here. So we'll do a to-do on this. This is what happens when you actually select the theme. And that's all we need for this view model, I believe. So for starters, we're good with our view model. Now we just need our view. And the view, we're going to grab our select playlist view. It's really going to be almost exactly the same thing. We're going to call this select theme view. And the class is select theme view. Select theme view. Yep. We might run into annoying issues though again with every time I duplicate these we have trouble with it building, which is really annoying. But in theory it'll work, we'll see. Doing a rebuild. Come on, guy. It succeeded, so we're good to go there. We have our... I don't think there's anything else we need to do as far as changing this view up. I think it's all just perfect out of the box. Cool. We can, now we just have to use it. So when that key is pressed, we have to show the pop-up. Easy enough. Let me catch up on comments, and then we'll go ahead and implement it and test it out. And at this point, it won't actually switch any themes, but we should see the dialog come up. Easy Cheese, Vlansix is working on that stuff as we speak, so hopefully soon, yes. Easy Cheese, I'm not going to change the options page right this instant. No, this will be the same as it was. I get that it would be nice to do that, but we'll see. Hey, Neil. Yep. Would it be hard to implement the options to change big box settings in Launchbox? It would be annoying. Nothing is, I mean, nothing that simple is difficult. It's just going to be time consuming and annoying to do. So, not likely to happen anytime soon anyways. Hey, Andrew. Pepe. All right. So we're in our main view model, and this switch theme method is what I need to implement here. It's going to be very similar to what we do for playlists or for select playlists or select emulator. And we do that from the game details view. So pull up our view models and go to games view models, and I think it's actually in games view model base. All right, I gotta scroll down and find here's where we populate our items. I need to look for select emulator. So add to playlist. We have this add to playlist menu action. And all we're doing is this. Nice and simple. And I knew it was simple, I just didn't want to have to think, so I figured I'd just copy it. New select theme view model. Just like that. Now in theory, hopefully, that was quick. Hopefully we can see it pop up when we hit the key. So let's give it a shot. All right. I gotta go into my options and go down to keyboard mappings, and we should have, yeah, switch theme here now. I I got so many keys bound. I don't know what I can use and what I can't. But I don't know what's going to be safe. I don't know, maybe M. I think that's okay, yeah. Switch theme, M. Okay. So now, if I press M, there it is. We have our list of themes coming up. Now the way I think I'm going to make this work is if you're on a platform, then it'll change it for just that platform. Otherwise, it'll change it for everything. That's my current plan. You know what I mean? So you'll be able to switch the theme at any time, anywhere, which will be nice. But yeah, we're in good shape here. Everything's working as expected. So now all we got to do is actually switch up the theme, right? Easy enough. I say that now, but of course the complicated part is what's left. But I don't think it's going to be that difficult. Any news on Wood or Kirsten doing update videos? Again, it's my fault. I haven't been in contact with anybody. We do need to do update videos here soon, though. Especially when the next version of Launchbox comes out. We definitely need an update video for that. We have some big news items coming up with Music Box Alpha and some other stuff as well. So yeah, there's plenty of reason to do update videos here, and like I said in the past, we will going forward probably be doing less of that stuff because it just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference as far as actual sales, you know. But we do need to keep that going somewhat. Yeah. Hey Camel. Kel King 3000. I'd have to translate that, brother. So translate it for me. This will support playlists too. Yes, that is the plan. Switching themes isn't super de-duper fast, so wouldn't switching platforms and themes at the same time affect performance in normal browsing? Well, you have to go out of your way to switch it. So is it going to take a little time to do? Of course, but it's not going to automatic. Oh, you mean as you switch between stuff? No, it won't. I'm almost positive in that. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure it actually performance won't be a problem. If you think about it, the only thing it changes is the XAML. And we already changed the XAML all over the place when we switch views. So there really isn't that much difference between switching the themes and switching the views. The code doesn't really know that much of a difference between the two. So it's mostly the same. Although there might be something I'm missing, so we'll see what happens. Yes, Pac-Man. Yep, that's the plan. And if it's a performance issue, you know, then don't use it. So, but I think I don't think it will be. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Anyways, so ultimately we just need to implement actually switching the theme. We need to figure out where we are, and this is going to be in the select theme view model. And when you actually select the theme, we need to, I'm going to actually kick this over to the main view model because the main view model is what knows where we're at and all that stuff. So in the main view model, I'm going to add a public void switch theme, string theme. And, oh, we already have the private one. Yeah, I'm kind convoluting this unnecessarily. But anyways, and instead of doing this, we don't even need this. We can just directly use the method. I can say root.mainView, no, it's app.mainViewModel dot select theme, or switch theme, I suppose, not select theme. And interesting. Twitter buzzes my phone for the stupidest reasons sometimes. Anyways, so there it is. That kicks us directly over to the main view model whenever an item is selected. And the main view model is what knows what views are active and all that stuff. So this is unnecessary. I'm going to go ahead and just move that. We don't need a method for a one-liner. And then we'll go back to our switch theme method, and here's where we can implement actually switching the theme. So we need to figure out if there's a playlist selected or a platform selected, and if there is, there you go. Well, what are we in, I guess? We do that elsewhere. Where do we do that? I think it's like active view model or something like that. Active view model. Yeah, this stuff. So we check to see if it's a games view model base, and if it is, then we're in a games view, which is what we're looking for. So basically, if you think about it, if we're on a platforms view model or a filters view model, what that means is ultimately we're going to use the default. So we're checking to see if the active view model is a games view model base, which means it's been filtered in some way, shape, or form. And then from there, we need to determine how it's filtered. Is it filtered via platform, playlist, custom filter, whatever, and we go from there. Did I finish the startup video update? I absolutely did, Ian. Yep, I put out a beta yesterday with the wrap up for that, and it works really, really great, and we're getting good feedback on it, so that's awesome. Kel King said, "Good afternoon, y'all." Awesome. Thank you, Alfredo. Thank you, Kel King. All right. Might as well fix this while I'm here. Okay, so let's go back to our method, which is switch theme. So if we're going to actually need the games view model base, so var games view model equals this dot active view model as games view model base. Now, if games view model equals null, and we can combine this. the thing is, let's make this. So this .active view model is games view model base, games view model. Next, we need to check how games view model is filtered. And we need to figure out how we're doing that. If we look at switch view, that might help us out here. What's happening on switch view? On switch view, here we are. And then we have different things for on switch platforms view or on switch games view. I'm probably going to want to watch this close. Interesting that let's go ahead and grab this other method and move it there because that's where it needs to be. And the other thing is we should make it use the same verbiage here. All right. And that's still relevant as well. Okay, so oh sure. Well, that's, I get it. Still on the games view, we need to figure out what we're doing there. So let's go into this on switch games view method. So this is important here. Filter type. Games view model that filter type. Okay, so this is all useful stuff. So much so that we might want to copy it, actually. On switch games theme or something like that. We might want to just make our own method to replicate what we're doing in this with this. So public void on switch games theme, and we'll replicate that. We're going to go back to, yeah, come on switch view, on switch theme. We're going to say this dot on switch games theme and return. We don't really need this or this. And then for the filters, See, we're doing this for platforms, but that's not specifically relevant because basically... So we'll come back to this, I think. If not, this.active view model is games view model base. Or if it's not loaded, sure. So this isn't relevant, this section right here, but this is. We go ahead and do the save last game. Stop the timer. This is all still relevant and important, actually. We get our platform, which is important. I'm not sure what name is used for. Next view really isn't relevant. Oh, we had a setting previously for remember view for each platform that you could turn off. But I don't think that's necessarily as relevant for themes. I'm not sure. Switch theme to Gorilla Switch theme. It's funny. Hey, AIV. Media. Alfredo, do I work from home? Of course. Yes, I do. I don't have an issue with it. And I have actually worked from home for a long time, even before you know, Unbroken software, Launchbox, even before Launchbox took off. I worked from home for a company called Perbyte, and Perbyte was run by a friend of mine. We did software consulting. He started his own business, had an awesome thing going, and then basically hired me on because we had worked together previously, and he knew that I was reliable and could get the job done well, and so it was an obvious choice for him, and it was great for me because I could work from home, and he paid me well, and it was a great job for many years. The only downside to it was that, of course, I had to work for on products that weren't mine. You know what I mean? I had to work for other companies because we did software consulting. But I worked from home all the way back then. So literally, I've been working from home for the last, I don't know exactly, but probably 6, 7, 8 years. And my biggest issues with it have been distractions from the family, of course. That's the biggest problem that I have had personally. But everybody's different. It's never really been a problem for me feeling like I'm in prison or needing the separation. I mean, I have my office. This is my office, but I also use it for my leisure time as well. I just don't need that separation. It's not a big deal. I don't have any problem using the same computer for video games, you know, at 7 o'clock at night versus, you know, working during the day. I have had a tendency in the past to overwork. I still do have that tendency a little bit. But lately it hasn't really been a problem. It was more of a problem when I was working a full-time job at Perbyte and then working on Launchbox for 3 hours a night. You know what I mean? Because it used to be, that's how Launchbox started. I used to work a full 8-hour day and then in the evenings code more on Launchbox and literally put in 11-hour days, 11, 12-hour days between Launchbox and my full-time job. So that's what you call a workaholic, but if I hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have had Launchbox. So, but these days, I'm praise the Lord, I don't have to do that because I do Launchbox and now MusicBox, of course, full time. So it's not, it actually hasn't been an issue for me, and I think a lot of it is just personality. Just depends on where you're coming from, who you are, and what your personality is. It works for some people and it doesn't work for others, I think. Thank you, CKP. Yeah, I've done the whole working from home 2 days a week thing too, and that's not bad at all. Programming has been my job for a very long time. I did quite a few jobs in high school and college that weren't programming, but by my senior year in college, actually the summer before my senior year in college. Actually, I think the summer before even my... No, I can't remember exactly. If it was... I think it was just the summer before my senior year in college is when I got my first programming job as an intern. And ever since then, it's always been programming, yeah. Sure, no problem, Alfredo. Earn those sales. Thank you, Jade. Thank you. So here we are. We got these variables here. And we need to ultimately figure out what we're on. So we look at the filter type. I see. If the filter type is platform or category or playlist. So I guess we would save it for category. We'll have to look at that. But anyways, so if filter type equals platform or category or playlist, and platform is not equal to null, obviously platform cannot be null, then we need to save we're going to say platform dot, oh, we need to feed the theme over, duh, platform dot big box theme equals theme, right? Except we're doing this a little bit differently, using this background reload save, which is kind of important. So why don't we reverse this though? That's kind of disgusting. Platform is a playlist. Then we're going to do this. Big box theme equals theme. Else platforms, platform.name, big box theme equals theme. So that's going to ultimately save it. And then we're going to have to actually switch up the theme. And we just basically are doing this. We're going to basically steal this, I believe, and maybe this as well. We might need an else clause on this, though. So else I think, well, at this point we're going to save the default theme is what we're likely going to be doing. So we do the same kind of thing here, except it's root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.theme equals theme. Okay. So in theory, that will do it as far as saving it and then loading it up, but we still need to provide the code to load up a different particular theme, and that is tricky because that's going to have to, we're going to have to dive into our actual theme loading code and all that stuff to make that happen. Give me a second though, guys. I got to pee again. Your typical daily pee in these live streams. All right. It's available for high-risk motivation. Don't know if it's from beta 3 or not, but installed new Launchbox and wouldn't let me enter my Emu Movies username because Alt key was sticky in that field. That's odd. Thank you, seriously. CKP, I'm not... Wow. Why would the Alt key be sticky? Hey, Ryan. Yeah, I don't know. Odd. Although I have noticed something strange with that dialogue before. Yeah, it's good to know, CKP. I don't. That's a weird one, but I'll need to look at that, I guess. All right, so we need to fix this so that it actually sends the theme on through. And then we got to handle the situation of switching the view if we're on the filters view. Or switching the theme. So ultimately I'm going to be, let's just make this an else. We're going to say this dot on switch filters theme. And it's going to be similar to this, although relatively different at the same time. Okay. We need this. And all this stuff. None of this is relevant, I don't think. Wheel image details, thumbs model. What on earth? What am I doing? This is switching the view. We have specific code for each one of these different view models. Why am I doing that? Amazon. Oh, because we're sending it over to a new... Yeah, we don't need this crap. That's a kind of a poor way to do it, but whatever. Ultimately, we just run this code based on what particular view we have. And we're going to run this ultimately, but we're just going to be saving the default theme. So big box settings dot theme equals theme. Okay. And we're going to go this dot initialize platforms and playlist views. Why am I doing that exactly? I'm not quite sure. I need to figure that out. I think we are going to need to do that though. And basically this is just re-showing everything, which is what we need. So that is all we need for this, I believe. The only thing left to do then, in theory, is to actually make it load up the proper theme. Because right now this isn't doing anything. Is to change it. We're saving it, but we're not loading up we're not using that setting to load up the theme. Oh my goodness, Jade. Dave, when viewing in platform category view in Launchbox would cause the... Yeah, I'm not following, man. Cause the arcade section to be empty, yet all the arcade playlists have games. Yeah, can you explain that? Hey, Crazy, this is the DOS keyboard, the latest, whatever it is, the DOS keyboard Professional, which I very much enjoy. Hey, Jonathan. No idea, Ryan, honestly. Okay. So we can test this, although it's probably not going to do anything yet. We're actually pretty close, which is nice. We still got quite a bit of time left in the stream, and I'm not too far away from this working, so go ahead and skip the startup video when it finishes loading. There we go. And what am I doing? I didn't really need to do that. Actually, you know what though? We do need to check to make sure that if it's locked, you can't do this stuff. That's kind of important. Anyways, my M key. We don't close it. That's interesting. Okay, so we gotta do something about that. And then actually make it happen. Me too, Crazy. Okay. I guess maybe the I can just call hide pop-up or something. What is the On switch games theme, go here, and then we can maybe this dot hide pop up. I think that'll do it. Okay. And then actually making it switch the themes. Actually, I'm surprised it didn't reload the... Yeah, let's walk through this because it felt like something wasn't right here. So my on switch theme method, I'm going to go ahead and start it up. Now I have my other monitor being used as a marquee right now, which I'm going to turn off because I need to be able to see Visual Studio. So marquee screen none, and then we can walk through this. So here we are. I'm going to press M. We're going to select a theme. Okay, and then I'm going to walk through it over here. Hide the pop-up. On switch filters theme. Save last platform, stop timer, stop and resume background, dispose video. Save the new theme. So it should be setting the global theme to Big Couch. And then re-showing everything. Yeah, so it did. Okay. And obviously this theme is not configured for... So yeah, we're switching the global theme here, so it should actually work, in theory. Let me get rid of my breakpoint. Okay. Yeah? So you guys see how quickly this is happening. It's not... Okay, I got some kind of issue because I'm using a theme that is like in limbo or something. But let's go to Blade Runner. Yeah, a lot of these themes have issues with the platform categories because I don't have icons in there. Let's go to Nosh on this. Change the view. Here we go. This is working though, which is awesome. Go to City Hunter again. There we have it. So the only thing that wouldn't be working is platform specific stuff currently. So if we go into Genesis, for example, and we select a different theme. Go back to Nosh on this. Actually, I don't... Yeah, so this isn't... It is reloading it, so that's exactly what it should be doing. However, we have to add code to load the platform-specific themes. So we'll do that. But yeah, I'm happy. The other thing is, we need to make sure that if the UI is locked, somebody brought this up earlier, and I'm not sure if we've ever done anything about it. if the UI is locked, you should not be able to switch themes. So so the UI is locked right now, and obviously you can still switch themes, so we need to disable that. And we would do that in the main view model, probably just in where we do this, we just won't show the pop-up. And not e.isRepeat and not app.is, or what is it, locked? Crap, where is it? Ah. I have a variable that specifies whether it's locked or not. Where the heck is it, though? root.stateManager.isBigBoxLocked. Okay, we need to do the same thing in the controller button one. Handle, joystick button. The other thing is, I think right now you can switch views when locked, which might be desirable, might not be though. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't be able to switch views when it's locked. What do you guys think? Thank you, CKP, for that video. Oh, yeah, I didn't think you made a startup video. I'm confused. Yeah, there you go. I've shown so many of them. I didn't remember what, whatever. Okay, Dave, if you set Launchbox to display arcade platform categories and click the parent node arcade, no titles are displayed. I think I know what you're getting at here. Yeah, I do know what you're getting at. So basically, we're on platform categories. If we click this, it's showing, let's arrange by platform. Well, so ultimately what we're doing here is, and I could be wrong, I think what's going on is the platform category won't show stuff that's in playlists. So if you've got playlists that are in platform category, the root category won't show the stuff from the playlists. It'll only show the stuff from the actual platforms. So you see how arcade is in here with 2,887 games. So the arcade platform category, although I'm not even sure about this, says it's displaying 25 games. But for performance reasons, I think stuff in playlists is not showing in the root platform category, which is by design for performance reasons, although I understand that's confusing. So anyways, the question is, do you have an actual platform under that platform category? Yeah, it probably would be Pac-Man, but I'm being lazy on that right now. How am I playing random startup videos? That was one thing I just implemented in the latest beta, Dave. The latest betas. That's been implemented earlier this week. That was or no, last week? I don't know. Late last week, something like that. Tempted to say that switching views should not be possible when Big Box is locked. I'm with you, Pac-Man. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm going to piss some people off. If I do that, I have a feeling. So maybe we need to add a setting. I didn't break anything, guys. What are you talking about? I'm making good progress here. So shut up. Platform category section could use right-click options, create a playlist. Yeah, I'm with you, Neil. I'm aware of that. Evil plan is shaping up nicely. Uninstall. Don't have an arcade child node. So that's what is causing that, Dave. I understand that's confusing, though. Sure, CKP. Shouldn't be able to switch views while locked. Okay, so we're all mostly in agreement on that, I think. No worries, Alfredo. Well, we're not focusing on movies right now. So, I mean, some movie category? No, there isn't. That I can immediately think of anyways. So anyways, we're getting there. We were looking at restricting switch view and disabling that if Big Box is locked. If we do that, though, we might need to add a setting for it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because switch view, where's that? Controller switch view. Here it is. And then the same with keyboard. Switch view. There. So now that won't work unless Big Box is unlocked. In theory. So, last thing we need to do on this, I think, would be to actually make the theme specific or the platform specific themes actually work. And we would do that. This is probably the most tricky piece, but it might be quick, it might not, we'll see. The theme management stuff is all, where is that? I think that's in app, or is it in Bootstrapper? No. Actually, I think it is in Bootstrapper, but it's in the base class, perhaps. Get or create view type. Get view XAML path. The theme and the view name. So basically this stuff now needs to be aware of what theme or what platform we are on. And right now you'll see it's always using bigboxsettings.theme, but we need to switch this up to use the correct setting here. And so get a create view type is being run from this view locator thing from Caliber Micro. So we can't switch this up. So we're gonna have to pull this directly out of the main view model. So we need to run something to get the theme. So in my main view model, what I'm going to do, we'll add a method. Here's the tricky thing, though. This needs to happen before the view is loaded, and all we have is the view type. So this is kind of tricky, actually. Just getting the variables all in the right spot because of the way Caliber and Micro works, which is our library that we use for data binding and stuff like that. We also need to know what the platform is. So we're just basically going to have to save that stuff when we construct our because that stuff isn't available yet, really. So it's going to be tricky because we're going to have to save some variables in some various locations in order to get this stuff accessible because this is so early on in the process. That's the problem. So, so it is kind of a pain in the butt. It's going to happen in our main view model. Subliminally suggests option to choose a specific platform or playlist to load Big Box into. Hey, K-Money. Specific platform or playlist to load Big Box into. Can you explain, Munkus? Anyways, so in my main view model, before we rebuild stuff, we got to specify a certain platform, and that's tricky. So I got to go back to my method, which let's just go here and then find our oh, we're doing that crap. Switch, it's called like on switch theme. So on switch games theme. We call show games. So we have like show games and show platform categories, all that stuff. So we have show games, show playlists, show platform categories, show platforms. We have all these show methods. But I don't know. And at this point, we can save stuff like the filter type, the filter value, and all that. So in the case of, really all we need is a theme variable. Man, you would think you would... I don't like the way this is working, because implementing it this way is going to be error prone. I've got to find a bunch of different locations. I'm not happy with this approach. There's got to be an easier way to do this than having to put another theme variable somewhere that covers that. I mean, I'm going to have to update all over the place. That's what I'm worried about. I'm missing something. There's got to be a better way to do this. Basically what I need to know the current platform. And at this point, you know what? The active view model, by the time it constructs the view, in theory, the view model should be built, I think. So at that point, we should be able to do some custom code in here, I think. I hope. I'm glad I came to that conclusion, because that simplifies things quite a bit. So hopefully what we can do is this. We're going to need the string XAML path. Then if root.main view model.active view model. This is app, not root. Forums are going nuts all of a sudden, which is good. Oh, but this is in the crap. I don't even have access to app because it's in the sub project. Well, that sucks. So I guess I'm going to need to move this over. Let's make this... Huh. All right, fine. Bootstrapper. This is annoying. I don't even know what that is, which one it is. XAML reader. This just got really annoying, guys. System Windows markup.xaml reader. markup. Okay. And we're going to end up actually deleting this guy, I believe. This will no longer inherit from that. But I need to know what to inherit it from. Darn it. So the WPF class, the bootstrapper, inherits from bootstrapper base. Okay. Progress. So now, with app.mainViewModel.ActiveViewModel is games view model base games view model. Then in that situation, we have to try and pull the platform and all that stuff. When we do that, I got to look at how we did that from the main view model, I guess. On switch theme, on switch games theme. This guy right here. So first off, we need this. Let's just grab those lines. So we need var platform. We need var filter type. If filter type is platform or category playlist and platform is not equal to null, then we're going to say XAML path. Well, basically we need to get the theme is what we need to get. So instead of XAML path, let's just do string theme equals root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.theme. That's the default. Now, if we have a platform, theme equals string dot, now we're just going to say and not string dot is null or empty platform dot big box theme. What's the issue here? Oh, sure. Then we're going to say theme equals platform dot big box theme, right? Okay, so now we have our theme. And our XAML path will be simply fed our theme. Now, in theory, this should work. The only issue is what if active view model is not initialized in the right order or something of that nature. But I'm hopeful that this will work. We shall see. Here goes. Let's review this. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. We'll find out. Cut it off here. And there we go. So, you notice how Big Box stole focus just then? Even though Visual Studio was conflicting with it? That's a fix I just made. Which should significantly help a number of things. So I was happy to be able to pull that off. Because I didn't think it was previously possible turn this down a little bit. Anyways, let's go into Sega Genesis, and we're gonna change the theme. Oh, I can't. Guess what? I can't change the theme, guys, and that is, of course, because we're locked. Sega Genesis. I'm gonna change the theme. Look, you see how it loaded Nosh's theme? This is the Nosh theme. Sweet. Now we'll go to City Hunter. And there's the City Hunter theme. And now if I back out and go to Master System, it's on City Hunter, of course. Let's go to Blade Runner. Is that right? I'm not sure. Let's go to the default theme. That's not the default theme. Yeah, something isn't working right here. Crap. You know what it is, though? This view probably doesn't exist in those themes, maybe? Let's go to Critical Zone. Still not working. Okay, we're having trouble loading a DLL. This is interesting. It is changing stuff up, but it's like, you know what it is? We're probably on a view that doesn't contain some stuff or something weird like that. That's all I can figure. We switch up the... But see, now we're back to... City Hunter. Let's just go to the default text view. That's... well, I have apparently, with this particular theme, I have an issue with this missing plugin. But that's just my setup, I think. I hope. This isn't right, though. So apparently I messed this up. It seems like. Interesting. Go into handhelds. Game Boy Color, fine. Switch the theme. Let's go to Big Couch. Yeah, something's not working correctly here. I'm gonna need to debug this. It worked in some cases, but it doesn't seem to be working in all cases. So we're gonna have to do some debugging. Okay, I'm gonna put a, well, I can't put a breakpoint in here yet. Let's go into handhelds and go into something different. Game Boy Advance. And oh, I've got a different breakpoint in here I need to get rid of. Okay. And in my bootstrapper, I'm going to switch the view here. So we'll put a breakpoint, and I'll hit M. Am I locked? I am, aren't I? Whoops. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't need to do anything there. I just need to... All right. Put in my breakpoint. Yeah, go, 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 go. Wow. Dang. Oh, it's got a... Yeah, and of course it... okay, so I have to not... It's just annoying to debug this. What is going on? There it is. So we select our theme. We're on City Hunter. I'm going to try changing it to Big Forest for now, whatever. But I'm going to put my breakpoint in here first. But that kills the dialogue. Ah, crap. Well, that makes things a pain in the butt to debug. I don't have a good way to debug it because of window focus issues. You see how it just disappears? Suck. Well, so much for that. So I guess what I can do is system.diagnostics.debug.writeLine theme. Let's just do theme plus theme plus XAML plus XAML path. All right, and we'll try this again. Rebuild it. Theme plugins in theory should just work. So we show a little icon at the bottom of the screen on startup video to show the big box is done loading. It will open when a button is pressed, maybe as an overlay on the video. Not a bad idea, Vissy. You can always just press it early and it'll just wait until it's loaded and then go through. But yeah, that would be cool. Shouldn't the current theme be highlighted rather than the first item in the list box? Probably. That's a good point, Pac-Man. All right. Okay, I've got focus issues because of Visual Studio here. Anyways, just need my output open. Okay. So I'm going to handhelds, Game Boy Advance, and it's loading. Yeah, it loaded the City Hunter cover flow with details games view. But if I change the, it's locked. Oh, keep forgetting about that. Okay. Big couch. Whatever. It's loading. Yeah. It's loading a combination of XAML files from various different themes. So right now what we're looking at is the City Hunter cover flow with details games view.xaml with the big couch game marquee view and the big couch 2-column game details view and the big couch everything else. So it's basically doing a combination, and the reason is, so that's the problem, and the reason for that is simply because of the order that we're doing this stuff. So unfortunately, this isn't going to work the way I've got it implemented right now. So it works sometimes and not others, is basically what that means, and that's no good. So if we go, yeah, mashup themes, exactly. If we go into our bootstrapper, the issue is that the active view model has not always been set by the time that this is hit. That's the main issue. So I don't know. So this brings us basically back to the same issue I was pondering before, and that is, how do I just need to be able to get the platform and the filter type before the view is loaded up, and the game view model type, and or the view model type and all that stuff, which is tricky. View count option for themes doesn't work. It shows 6 covers no matter how high the number is. Interesting. I'll have to look at that, Scott. Huh. Yeah, merged themes. I didn't expect that to happen, but I mean, the issue is the ordering, so it makes some sense. So the question is, what can I hook into in the main view model to specify a platform that's loading before any of the views are loaded? I mean, that's tricky. I suppose really this only applies to games view models. So if I hooked into the constructor for a games view model, that might do it. Okay. Because the first thing that's going to happen is when we're loading up a games view model is, or loading up a new games view, is that games view model constructor. And that's always going to happen no matter what, in theory. So if I look at games view model base, we have this constructor here, and it's fed the filter type. But we don't necessarily have the platform at this point either. So I'm going to need, maybe in my app class, the thing is, though, this is still going to be a pain in the butt. But if we make it so that it's only relevant for the game's views. No, but then it has to everything. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a pain. I'm still trying to think through this in my head, and I don't have a good solution. Because we need to know whether a game's view is active. Ugh. This, as it turns out, is not really a good solution. Okay, so we're back to these show games, methods, all this crap. Show games. There's just so much. That's the thing. There's so much to look at. Well, and the other thing is here you have a show games method where nothing new is constructed. So the constructor isn't going to work in that sense. So again, we're screwed. So I wonder if there's any way to fix our current solution, the order, so that the active view model is specified before any views load, which you'd think it would be, but apparently it isn't. Let's go to that definition. Of course, there's a ton of references to this. A million of them. In theory, though, you would think that the active view model would be loaded before the view. I mean, it would have to be. But apparently it's not. I don't know. I'm going to watch this closer again. Because this is odd. And I'm not sure I'm fully getting it. Okay, So, big couch background view, big couch image video view, big couch 2-column game details view, big couch game marquee view, and yet the City Hunter cover flow with details games view. So the root view is the only one that is the wrong one. Oops. Knox, and City Hunter again. So it's going back to the default. I guess that makes sense in that case. Kind of need to figure out so the theme, sure, is defaulting the City Hunter in that one case. Why is that? I need to figure out what the active view model is and output that so that I can figure out what's causing it. I need to output more stuff here. So I'm going to go, we're going to say active view model. Oops. Plus app.mainViewModel.ActiveViewModel.getType. And then we have platform and filter type, but I'm curious first off what that is. That should help figure things out a step further. So interesting. So active view model is Unbroken Launchbox WPF Big Box View Models Cover Flow with Details Games View Model. So that is exactly correct. However, the theme is still coming back as City Hunter. So it's not that it's having trouble loading the view model in time. It's something else is going on. Either the platform or the filter type isn't set. Okay, well this is helpful. That's good. So the next thing I need to do is output these variables. So string platform equals null, filter type equals null. Oh, platform is not a string. And filter type is not a string either. It's data.filter type. And it's an enum. So we get the active view model. We're going to output the platform and the filter type. So I don't really need that toString. Whatever. And that can be a var. All right. So that's like all the possible information we can get. Okay, we'll go into handhelds, Game Boy Advance. Now I'm getting an empty platform. There is the issue. So for whatever reason, my platform is empty by the time this view is created. So basically, I'm setting my platform too late in the game, and that's why it's not loading up properly. So there ought to be a relatively simple way to fix that, in theory. So ultimately, all we really need to do, we're using this game view model.platform property, which returns this .platform. Apparently, this .platform is being set too late. So where is that set? We got something there in the init. That is why. That is exactly why. Okay. Well, so ultimately, because we're using an init method, this makes things interesting though. Because we're using an init method that's fired after the constructor, this means that it's not doing it, and the view is being loaded up before it's initialized with the platform. Suck. Makes perfect sense. We're so close. There's got to be a way for me to get around that. I guess maybe if we're constructing it, I can force putting the platform in with all the constructors, and then if there is no platform, it'll be null. Yeah, I think I can make that happen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to force errors, and we're going to say games view model base filter type platform. So now everything that calls that constructor Keep that to yourself, Monkus. Keep that to yourself, brother. Oh, man. So base filter type. Again. Well, the other thing we need to do is actually use that so that this dot platform equals platform. Okay. And again, we need a platform here. No. There's going to be a lot of these, but I think this should solve it once we finish this up. Should copy that because that's what I'm pasting all over the place. Actually, it's not that simple though. Excuse me. What? Come on, I just copied that. What the heck? No. All right, so now all of these we have to feed the platform into, and initialize games view. Oh, you guys can't see anything I'm doing. I'm sorry. No wonder you're talking about nipples. All right. Anyways. So you need to feed the platform into this, and this is interesting because Initialize. Oh, so we have the platform right here already. So that's easy. Good. So in theory, we can just feed that on through. Okay, and what do we got down here? This is showing the game details. And in this case, we actually don't have the platform. So this is a question. And the game's details. Right now, the platform isn't necessarily as relevant as far as the theme. So what do? Do we show the default theme for the game details? Or do we show the selected platform for the particular game? I'm going to show the default for now, although that's going to be a thing. I mean, that's going to be a minor issue, I think. People are going to want different things in that situation. But we build. So we'll see what happens. It might work. Probably should have debugged it so I could see what was going on in the background, but we'll survive. Game Boy Advance. And then we have an error. Yeah, so I think what's going on is I'm not loading theme plugins. I think that must be what's going on, which makes some sense. So we have an issue with the theme plugins, is my guess. If I switch up, and I'm locked, so I can't right now. No, I don't need to do that. I just need to go and unlock it, and that's it. And there's my error. If we change it to City Hunter, load City Hunter, change it. I need something that doesn't have a plugin. Change it to default. This loads the default. Good. We change it to just do Modern Mini. I'm not sure if that's Modern Mini or not, to be honest. It might not be. This view might not be relevant for Modern Mini, for all I know. Let's try Switch Dark. Well, if I change the view, and again we have the Gorilla Control library, the plugins aren't loaded. So I got to fix this issue with the plugins, is what I've got to do. But it does appear to be working, minus the plugin issue. So we're farther along here, thankfully. So the plugins. I think there's like a method for load theme plugins or something of that nature. So we'll hunt that down. Just for... Let's see if we get lucky here. Nope. I don't remember exactly where I put it. This is in root. But for a folder path, this right here. So okay, so when we load the theme styles, this is also interesting. We're also not really calling load theme styles, I don't think. So crap. Sure. Sure. Okay. And so load theme styles is also loading the plugins, but we have to, whenever the theme changes, we have to call load theme styles, which is tricky. But it should be fairly easy to do. But this might slow some stuff down, which right now nothing is being slowed down, but this very well could slow something down. Because I hadn't thought of that. But we will see what happens. What I think the easiest way to do this is to go into the bootstrapper, and we'll have a private string previous theme, and what we'll do is if theme is not equal to this dot, no, oh, this is static, so we can't use, well, we can make it not static, although there's only one bootstrapper, so it doesn't matter. If theme is not equal to bootstrapper dot, no, I don't want wpf.bootstrapper dot previous theme, then bootstrapper.pre, no. By the way, I need to get rid of wpf.bootstrapper because I don't think that's being used anymore. That previous theme equals theme, and we need to call app dot load theme styles. And hopefully that will do it. We need to go into this guy and delete this guy because I'm pretty sure it's not being used, although maybe it is. We'll find out. What is this? Okay. Yep, I was correct. Good. So now we're calling load theme styles whenever the theme changes, which is what we need to do. So there we go. Let's do it. Let's give it a test. Actually, I'm going to do a debug though so I can watch it. Yeah, that's pretty. Alright, anyways. Let's go into handhelds, Game Boy Advance. Ugly video there, that's not good. Oh, I'm locked. Darn it. We didn't run into an error there, which is good. Okay, let's change the view. Or that was the wrong thing to do. This is kind of weird. Everything is set wrong, apparently. So M, let's load Eon Knox. And we have an error. So the helper control isn't being loaded despite the fact that supposedly this should have been run. Alright, let's try this again. Interesting. Okay, it calls load theme styles. And it is loading up the styles. And the plugins. Odd that we ran into an issue though. But why am I, when I press M, oh, because the active view model changes at that point to be a pop-up view model. So we don't want that to happen. So that's one minor issue. One thing that yeah, I get one thing that's happening. So when a pop-up shows up, the active view model changes to the pop-up, and then at that point, it's no longer relevant that it's on a different theme. So there's another bug that I've got to look into. I guess we'll do that next. This is trickier than I expected it to be, but we're almost there, so let's see. Active view model. This right here, basically. So what I can do is make this simple and say public child view model base non-pop-up active view model get, and we'll return this .active view model only without the pop-up. That's easy. Actually, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. What's the problem here? No, I don't want that. Okay. So, in theory, now if I use non-pop-up, hopefully that will solve it. We shall see. Don't forget to unlock. Yeah. For sure. Okay, let's go. I think I messed that up. Okay, let's go into handheld. What did I just do? I think there might be an issue with this theme if you go down. I need to look into that. Anyways, Game Boy Advance. Here we go. M. Change it to Eon Knox. Again, I've got an error. Can't create that type. Ugh. Still a plugin issue. Hey, that's looking good. I'm getting 2 double clicks for some reason. That's odd. Yeah, that is correct right there. So, I'm wondering if just that one theme actually has an issue in my stuff. It's possible. Gorillas was giving us an issue, right? It was switch dark. Yeah, it didn't give me an error, although it's probably because this particular... No, there it is. Can't create the type. Well, darn it. Stupid plugins. Huh. Oh, what is causing that? So I'm putting a breakpoint on whenever it loads the theme styles. So I select Eon Knox. It does go and load the theme styles. If I switch the view, you know, it might not be throwing me an error anymore though, because it has been. Nope, there it is. There's an error. Cannot create unknown type helper control. So for some reason the plugin was not loaded. Although we don't know if Eon Knox is broken in this setup. It's possible. So I have Big Couch, loads the theme styles. I need to exit and come back into it because once it's loaded, it might be forever loaded. I think that's the way this works. Okay, so we load the theme styles. Loading the theme styles for Big Couch. Actually, I need to put my breakpoint here. Okay, and I didn't unlock it like an idiot. And now I'm loading the other theme. I'm switching from Big Couch to City Hunter. So I'm loading theme styles. And okay, we'll go into handhelds, go into Game Boy Advance. Now I'm switching from City Hunter to Big Couch, and so it's going to load the theme styles as it should. Now I'm going to go down and switch to the switch dark theme. It's switching from big couch to switch dark, and it is going to load the theme styles. Didn't get an issue here. I'm going to switch the view. Although this doesn't look like switch dark. Something isn't working right there. It's trying to load Gorilla's stuff, but this isn't the switch theme. What the heck happened? All right. Switch to City Hunter. And switching from supposedly switch dark to City Hunter. That's City Hunter correctly. Now, let's switch to Critical Zone V2. Now, I'm supposed to be switching from City Hunter, yes, to Critical Zone V2. Correct. Load the theme styles. My theme is Critical Zone V2. You know what, though? Load theme styles might be... It's probably using the default, you idiot. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's totally what it's doing. It's okay, so here's what's happening. I'm calling load theme styles, but I'm not feeding the theme that we're supposed to be loading into it, and so it's using the default theme every time. So it's just reloading the same stuff over and over again. It's always reloading the default theme. So stupid me. Here we go. We got to feed over the theme to this method. And app.load theme styles, or load theme style, is probably doing the exact same thing, so we need a theme on this as well. In the theme file path, instead of this guy, whoops, we just have to feed over the theme that we're feeding into it. And then we use the default if it doesn't exist. This is exactly what we should do. And I think that's good. So then we just need to feed theme into every one of these. And then finally, root.load plugins. Again, we're using the default theme for everything, and we need to feed that in instead. Okay, now we're not going to build because I changed the definition of this method. So, threading.invoke. This is the options view model. So, when this happens, we just need to load the default, which is, at this point, should be set properly. root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.theme. And the other two spots. This is on startup. Again, just root.datamanager.bigboxsettings.theme. And there's one more. This is the one where we have to specify the actual theme that we're using, which is theme. Okay, now in theory, for the umpteenth time, we might actually be working properly here. Let's see. Let's give it a run. Okay. Handhelds. Game Boy Advance. We're on City Hunter. Change this to one I know, well, not Eon Knox. It didn't error. So that's progress. If I switch the view, we should see at least one unique view here. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now if I switch up the view to switch dark, this doesn't really look like switch dark to me, but I'm a little weirded out by that. And I have an error. So we got farther, but what the heck is going on now? Unless there's a problem with the switch dark theme or something of that nature, I'm not sure. Let's go back to, let's go select Critical Zone V2, which does have a plugin or two. Didn't error out. This is a correct, proper view for Critical Zone V2. Switching the views. It's all Critical Zone. This is correct. Yep, looking good. And we have our time in the upper right, which is a plugin. So that worked properly. I haven't used that switch dark theme in ages, so who knows? Maybe there's an issue with that theme. Let's switch this up and go to anything else that was giving us an issue. So many of these, I don't know what kind of state they're in. Nosh on this wasn't giving us any trouble. But yeah, that definitely looks right. Okay. Switch up the view. Looking good. I think I've solved it, guys. I think. I hope. Let's go back to City Hunter. Yep. Cool, cool. So the only issue we ran into was with Switch Dark for whatever reason. And who knows, maybe I have a plugin issue there. But Eon Knox loaded the plugin just fine. Everything's fine there. I think my version of Eon Knox is old. I need to update that for sure. Let's try Comics Box. That's interesting. Why are we seeing that weirdness? Changing the view here. It's possible. You know what? You know what? The other thing is, okay, so this is another potential issue. Not every theme supports every one of these views. So all those other views you were looking at were probably not valid views. So I still need to do something with that. And obviously I've got some config issues with this, and the 16:10 monitor is throwing this view off. But interesting. We're closer, but now the issue I've got is that I need to prevent, in that situation, my goodness, I need to prevent invalid views from showing up and switch the view as well as the theme in that case. So that's the thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it from here, guys. It's 12:25, and I'll keep working on this, and hopefully I'll get a beta out before the end of the day, and we'll go from there. We're close. It's just making it not use the views that are invalid for the theme is the last thing to tackle, I think. Obviously, I need to do more testing, but so. Anyways. Anyways, have a good one, guys. It's been a good stream. Made some good progress, so good deal. Thank you, Ali. Take it easy, folks.